This question came from Jason, who asked, what if the US dollar collapsed? The dollar has already lost 10% of its value in 2025 alone. That's the worst 6-month drop since 1973. What is the dollar actually? Most people think a dollar is just money. It's the world's reserve currency. When Japan wants to buy oil from Saudi Arabia, they don't pay in yen, they pay in dollars. When Brazil buys steel from South Korea, they pay in dollars. About 88% of all international currency trades involve the dollar. The dollar is the only currency the bank accepts. Everyone else has to convert their money into dollars just to play. That's the power we're talking about. After World War II, most of Europe was destroyed. America wasn't. So the world basically said, hey, your economy is the only one still standing. Can we just use your money? And America said yes. That deal, called the Bretton Woods Agreement, made the dollar king. And it's been king ever since. So what could bring it down? This is the fancy word for countries slowly trying to stop using the dollar. China and Russia started trading oil in yuan. Saudi Arabia has been in talks to price some oil in yuan too. The BRICS nations, they've all been quietly building systems to trade with each other without touching dollars. None of this is a crisis yet, but it's a trend. The dollar's share of global reserves has already dropped from around 70% in 2000 to about 58% today. What happens? Let's say the unthinkable happens. The dollar collapses. Day one, the supermarket effect. The moment the dollar collapses, the price of everything you import goes up immediately. Your $5 coffee is now $12. Your $800 iPhone is now $2,000. This is called import inflation. And it hits Americans first and hardest because they've had cheap imported goods for decades, precisely because the dollar was so strong. What replaces the dollar? The euro? Maybe. It's stable and trusted. But Europe is 27 countries with 27 governments who can't always agree on lunch, let alone monetary policy. The Chinese yuan? China wants this. They've been pushing for it for years. But the yuan is controlled by the Chinese government. Most countries don't trust a currency that one government can manipulate at will. The uncomfortable truth is, replacing the dollar is like trying to replace the internet. Remember the British pound? In 1900, it was the world's reserve currency, the most powerful money on earth. Then Britain fought 2 world wars, went into massive debt, and lost its empire. The pound didn't vanish overnight. It just became less important. The dollar might be on that same path. And that's actually worse in some ways, because it's harder to see coming. There's no single crisis, just a slow, grinding loss of power. And it might already be starting. Either way, it's one of the most consequential things that could happen in the global economy. Thanks for your question, Jason, and thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. And drop your question in the comment. Maybe your question would be our next video.